March 6, 1945, mid-afternoon in Cologne Cathedral Square. A German tanker presses his eye to a cracked periscope. The view is a blur of rubble and smoke. Then a shape. Low hull. Broad turret. A gun that looks oversized for any Sherman. His voice is tight on the intercom. That is not a Sherman. For years, German crews had trained to read silhouettes in an instant. The high-riding M4 Sherman with its 75mm gun. The quick little Stuart light tank. Even the heavy-fronted jumbo. None of them looked like this. The barrel ahead of him is longer, thicker. The stance is different. The unknown is always dangerous. In seconds, it becomes lethal. Across the square, an American tank halts. The gun is a 90mm M3. It is the first time many German tankers meet it. The shot is flat and fast. The impact on a Panther's turret face is unmistakable. Flame, smoke, ammunition cooking off. The duel at Cologne is captured on film by a Signal Corps cameraman. It will become the most watched tank kill of the war. For 2.5 years, Tigers and Panthers had written a brutal equation. 88mm guns that could kill at 2,000 meters. Thick frontal armor that shrugged off most Allied hits. Crews lived inside machines that made them feel untouchable. Allied soldiers developed tiger fever. Any threat looked like a tiger in the fog of combat. German veterans painted kill rings and believed the legend because it worked. But American engineers had been busy. In late 1942, the T-26 program began. The goal was simple. End the myth of German invulnerability. Detroit Arsenal. Fisher Body. Dozens of contractors. New cast turrets. Revised transmissions. A heavy gun adapted from an anti-aircraft weapon. The 90mm M3 could fire armor-piercing and high-velocity armor-piercing rounds that defeated thick plate at normal battle ranges. The plan was wrapped in secrecy. Components split among plants. Crews trained in isolation at Fort Knox. Shipping crates labeled as maintenance gear. By February, a handful of M26 Pershings reached the 3rd Armored Division. They were quietly folded into Sherman companies. Orders were strict. Engage only heavy German armor. Let surprise do the work. One Pershing, the T-26E3 nicknamed Fireball, was ambushed and knocked out at close range by a Tiger. The crew paid in blood. The tank was repaired and returned. The message was clear. These were not prototypes. They were fighting machines. Cologne proved it in minutes. Staff Sergeant Robert Early commands the American tank. Corporal Clarence Smoyer is on the gun. The Panther fires first. Sparks skid off the Pershing's front. The return shot drills in. The Panther burns. Another German tank tries to maneuver and is also destroyed. The camera keeps rolling. The effect travels faster than any shell. German crews begin reporting a long-gun Sherman. They cannot imagine a new American heavy tank. They are wrong. Intelligence scrambles. German recognition charts have no silhouette for this machine. Training schools have no doctrine to fight it. Manuals still claim American guns cannot break Tiger armor from the front. On the line, doubt grows. At 1,500 meters, do you still feel safe? At 1,000 meters, do you still hold your position? Hesitation replaces confidence. Technically, the Pershing is a shock. A single-piece cast turret, massive by American standards. A reliable V8 engine. Power traverse that swings the turret a full circle in about 15 seconds. Stabilization that lets the gun stay on target while moving. Optics that finally match German glass. Inside, there is space to work. Ammunition sits in wet stowage to reduce fires. Padded edges. Sensible controls. Details that save seconds and lives. The numbers tell a harsher story. Only about 20 Pershings see combat in Europe before the German surrender. Yet their presence upends habits built since 1942. German units that once advanced into Shermans at long range now wait, or back away. Reports of mechanical failures rise. Recovery teams find abandoned Panthers with simple track throws. Crews who would have fixed them last month now walk away. The last advantage has been taken from them. Production looms over every battlefield. By autumn of 1945, American factories have built more than 2,200 Pershings. German industry, strangled by shortages and bombing, produced roughly 1,300 Tiger I and fewer than 500 King Tigers in the entire war. The American line can change tooling and keep pace. The German line cannot. By April, the collapse is visible. In the West, units delay or refuse to engage if Pershings may be nearby. Often, they are not. The rumor is enough. Interrogations after the surrender repeat the same line. The moment we learned the Americans had a 90mm tank gun, the war felt lost. Many never saw a Pershing. They did not need to. The idea of it was already on the battlefield,